So the CSS for the body, for all of these containers or these divs or classes, those three words can be used interchangeably, is all handled in the CSS sheet. So in here, you can see I've got the header class. And the first thing we always declare in our classes for divisional container areas on a web page is their position. In this case, it's position relative. And we'll talk a little bit more about how position relative works in a moment, but I'm going to do it with the example. I've got a purple border set on it purely because I want to be able to show you the space that this container is taking, and it'll help your learning, and then we can turn it off later once we've added the content. I've set my height for the banner at 150 pixels, which is a reasonable height, and the margin at the bottom. So the margin is the area that appears outside the container, or the header container. Just like the margin on a page, you wouldn't write in the margin of a page. It is a gap outside of the visible area, and I've just set that to 10 pixels. And then that sits nicely at the top here. Okay, so if I just remove these divisions and save it, now you're going to get used to testing. Okay, so we're going to open it in a new tab. And you can see it just sits at the top of the page with a little gap around it, and that is defined at the top here. So you've got this body, you've got margin 5%, padding 5%. So that's with regard to the page, so not the container, not the header container, but the page. Okay, and then the header below it, it's purple outline, so you can see it 150 pixels height and the margin of 10px, but you can't quite see the margin at the bottom, but it will be clear once we add another container. So add the two classes here, and then come